Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Welcome back, everyone. It's been a day or so, probably 4, since I've done a video, and I'm just going through withdrawals here. That work thing gets in the way. By the time you get home from work, you're just exhausted and you don't want to... I just didn't have the energy to put proper videos together, and I want to do a decent job when I do a video. So I apologize for not being here for the last couple of days, but I'm back. Day off today, so I should hopefully manage to get a couple of videos in today just to catch up, to get my mind back on track, because I've struggled with this as well. This is a couple of times I've done this because I just can't get my wording right either. So you get out of sync when you don't do a video every day. But anyway, I want to continue my look at great albums. This time, 10 great albums from 1986. I think I've chosen some awesome ones. But before I get into everything, though, please hit the like and subscribe button below. Thank you to all that have liked and subscribed so far. I greatly appreciate it. I want to continue to put great content out there to be informative and to show you guys some great bands and artists that I have in my collection. It's because of you guys, your likes, your subscriptions, your wonderful, wonderful comments that keep me going, keep me motivated to do this kind of thing, and I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Love you all. So yeah, music's changed. The 80s sound comes into play. There's still some rockin' albums out there, and some wonderful stuff. And I hope I've chosen 10 albums that anyone would be happy to have in their collection here. So let's get started. One of my favorite albums, my favorite live albums, not only from the 80s, but ever. And it's a 3-sided album. It's not a double album, but it's a fantastic, fantastic album. This is Joe Jackson and Big World. This is a wonderful album. I had this one a long time ago, and I went through that stupid phase where you get rid of all your albums. Some of us have, maybe not all of us. And I lost it, and I knew I wanted to find it again. And luckily, I was able to find it a year or so ago, a couple of years ago. And it's in great, great shape. It sounds really good. Again, there's side 4. There's no music on that side. But yeah, it's wonderful, wonderful album. May 1986 release. Live at the Roundabout Theater in New York. What a great album this is. You've got Wild West, one of his best songs. Right and Wrong, this is one of my favorite songs, one of his best as well. It's a Big World, Precious Time, Tonight and Forever, Shanghai Sky, $50 Love Affair, We Can't Live Together, 40 Years, Survival, Soul Kiss, The Jet Set and Tango Atlantica, Hometown, and finally ending in Man in the Street. What a really, really good album this one is. Really pleased to have this in my collection again. And if you don't know this album, check it out. Joe Jackson sounds so good, and the music is great. And a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful live album. We go from Mr. Jackson to a little harder-edged rock. This is Kansas and Power. This is a really good album. It's not as progressive as, say, Point of No Return, which is one of my favorite albums by Kansas, but still great album to begin with. November 1986, 10th album by these guys. Again, harder edged than their previous stuff. It's on the MCA label. What surprised me, this is the original inner sleeve, is Steve Morse is on here. Of course, Steve Morse, amazing guitarist. Dixie Dregs was his band. He's been with Deep Purple for 20-some years. It's weird to see him on a Kansas album. But you got Phil Eckert on drums, Billy Greer on bass and vocals, again Steve Morse on guitars, Richard Williams on guitars, and Steve Walsh, the amazing vocalist and keyboardist in here. I got Silhouettes in Disguise, Power, All I Wanted, Secret Service, We're Not Alone Anymore, Musicata, or Musicato, Taking in the View, Three Pretenders, Tomb 19, and Can't Cry Anymore. What a great album this is. It's a rocker for sure. It's heavier than their previous stuff, but power, Kansas. This is a fantastic album from a fantastic singer-songwriter. This is Jackson Browne, Lives in the Balance. Such a great album. Really, really good stuff. February 1986 release, 8th album by Jackson Browne. You got For America, big single, and also In the Shape of a Heart. Hit number 23 in the 200 album charts. 88 in the Rolling Stones Best 100 Albums of the 80s. Ian McLagan plays keyboards on here. Steve Lukather plays guitar on some of the tracks. And Bonnie Raitt does some backing vocals on this. And just a wonderful, wonderful album by Mr. Jackson Browne. This is a classic, still in the original plastic. I never bothered to sleeve it or whatever. This is Paul Simon and Graceland. It's direct metal recording. There he is there. Sounds amazing. Still got the inner sleeve in here. It's on the Warner Brothers label. 7th solo album by Powell at this time. Really, really good. It's you got You Can Call Me Al as a big single on here. Graceland, of course. Under Africa Skies is another single off of this one. Sorry, I can't put that in there. Diamonds in the Soles of Her Shoes. It's a great mixture of pop and rock and Zydeco music. South African beats in there as well. He really captured the sound of South Africa on this one. And it's just an amazing, amazing album. The Boy in the Bubble, Graceland, I Know What I Know, Gumboots, Diamonds on the Soles of Her Shoes, You Can Call Me Al, Under African Skies, Homeless, Crazy Love Volume 2, That Was Your Mother, All Around the World, or The Myth of Fingertips. Wonderful, wonderful stuff by Mr. Simon. One of my favorite albums. I just picked this one up not too long ago, actually, in the wild. It's fantastic shape. It's a really, really great album as well. I want to get their new one. I've been listening to it on Spotify. It's a new live album. I think it's new, but it's so expensive. Man, some of these new albums coming out are just way, way overpriced. The new Yes album was $140. Who wants, how can they justify charging that? But anyway, I digress. If you don't know this album, definitely pick it up. This is The and the Infected, or Infected. This is really happy to find this one. It's in great shape. Original inner sleeve. It's on the Epic label. November 86 release. Second album by The. Great post-punk band. Heartland's a big single. Infected. Slow Train to Dawn. It's their most commercially successful album. If you don't know The, definitely check these guys out. They're so good. So good. And I'm so happy to find. I love this cover as well. Just so much going on in this cover. It's amazing. But Infected, The. Really, really good stuff. It's another great album that I was able to find. I've got a couple of their albums previously. This is Hunters and Collectors, Human Frailty. Great Australian band. It's on the IRS label. It's got the original inner sleeve as well. Cool back cover. Yeah, April 1986, fourth album by the band. Very, very highly successful in Australia. I think #1 in the charts for the longest time. You got Say Goodbye, Throw Your Arms Around Me, and Everything's on Fire as singles on this one. And great sounding band. A lot of members in this band as well. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 members in this band. But you got Say Goodbye. Is there anybody in there? Throw Your Arms Around Me, Everything's on Fire, Relief, The Finger, 99th Home Position, Dog, Stuck on You, and This Morning. Hot Hunters and Collectors. That's a great band from London, the Screaming Blue Messiahs. This is a really good album. Really good album. It's on the Wii label. Again, happy to find this one. Great trio. This is Gun Shy. Released in 1986, of course. Great pub rock band. It's second release by them, but it's their first full-length album. David Bowie really loved these guys when he saw them, and he helped promote this album and the band itself after seeing them. And almost became a project for David Bowie. Just a great rockin' album. You got Wild Blue Yonder. What else is on here? Holiday Head, Smash the Marketplace, You're Gonna Change, Just for Fun, Let's Go Down to the Woods, Talking Doll, Twin Cadillac Valentine, President Kennedy's Mile, Someone to Talk To, Clearview, Killerborn Man. Yeah, really good stuff. This is a promotional copy as well. See the sticker there? So happy to find that one. Screaming Blue Messiahs. Great 80s album. This is the Pet Shop Boys and Please. Just that simple cover. Original inner sleeve on that one. And on the EMI label. Debut album for these guys. Huge debut album. March 24, 1986. West End Girls, the big single off of that one. Huge #1 hit. Opportunities, Suburbia, and Love Comes Quickly, other singles off this one. Neil Tennant, great lead vocalist and guitarist. Chris Lowe on synthesizers and piano. Very electronic sounding, very computer generated sounding, but still at the same time a wonderful album by the Pet Shop Boys. 1986 release. Another great debut album. This is GTR. This is a great supergroup. You've got Steve Howe, of course, on guitar, synthesizer, backing vocals. Steve Hackett, another fantastic guitarist, on guitar, synthesizer, and backing vocals. Both from Yes, Asia. Max Bacon, great lead vocalist. Phil Spalding on bass guitar and backing vocals. Jonathan Mover on drums and percussion. Just a great album. It would be the one and only album by these guys. Again, just wonderful. When the Heart Rules the Mind, The Hunter, a couple of great singles off of this one. If you don't know this album, definitely check it out. I'm sure there's tons of copies in the wild, but yeah, it's unfortunate that it was only their only album, but still Great stuff. Steve Howe and Steve Hackett. What two amazing guitarists. And finally, Emerson, Lake and Powell. Not Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but Emerson, Lake and Powell. Great album. 1986 release again. Keith Emerson on keyboards. Greg Lake on guitars, bass, and vocals. Cozy Powell on drums. Carl Palmer was under obligations to the group Asia at the time, so they brought Cozy Powell in, and really good album. Just that formula of the Emerson, Lake and Palmer formula. They continued that formula, and it sounds amazing. Again, the only release by these guys, May 1986. Touch and Go, big single off of this one, The Score, and Learns to Fly. Great Emerson, Lake and Powell. Cozy Powell, a great drummer. It's on the Polydor label. So there you have it, guys. There's 10 great albums from 1986. I'm so happy to be back. I'll try and get on a regular schedule. That 4-day stretch is tough for me to get a video in, but I'm back with more videos. Perhaps later on today, I want to look at a certain band and get everything keyed up here and everything. So have yourself a wonderful day. Talk to you again. Love you all. Take care. Bye now.